Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a break with Mr. Stephen Shamus.
I like the hat. Did you get your exclusives this time?
Oh boy, did I! Oh boy, my suitcase was extra full.
So in a year from now, when I say, "Oh, the Emerald City version of whatever is blowing up," you're gonna say, "I have it."
Well, I'll either say I have it or I've already sold it. More than likely, it's the latter. I've already sold it.
Listen, you were there in person. You can't complain if it goes up.
Nope. This is the last time that I go to an Emerald City and not buy something.
Okay, got it. All right, what do we got on tap today, Alex?
Oh, we're back to the Marvel world. It's all Marvel Day today. Ant-Man and Wasp has been out. Spoiler alerts. I don't know if it's really that much of a spoiler because we knew things were going to keep moving anyways. But we're talking Marvel stuff. We're going to talk Martinex T'Naga, which is Guardians of the Galaxy, and then we're going to go to Kangs. We're going to Kang it all up with Anatoli Petrov, Council of Kangs, and Immortus for today.
Got it. Mm-hmm. All right. So where are we starting, Alex?
Yeah, well, let's talk about little Guardians of the Galaxy, Martinex T'Naga.
Yeah, so I think Guardians 3, I mean, I don't know if there's a spoiler, it's already been announced. So it's Michael Rosenbaum is portraying the character in Guardians 3. Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about the character.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. We saw that in the last movie. They brought in pretty much all of the regular. Yondu's always been in the movies. He was an original, but they brought in the rest of them. My favorite is Charlie 27, of course. Big guys. That's my friends. But this guy he was born on Pluto. He's an alien. He has like crystalline body. That's his kind of power. And he's part of the original Guardians of the Galaxy lineup. It's fun to see them bringing in this original lineup to the movies, because I mean, when you say Guardians of the Galaxy, you don't think of the new. As a comic fan, you never thought of the new iteration. It was always the classic people from the 90s. But seeing them come in, and I know Michael Rosenbaum and James Gunn are like really good friends, so also great to see him back in things.
Right. So Marvel Superheroes number 18 from January of 69. It's a very, very old book because that's the original Guardians first appearance. There are 4 9.8s, 11 9.6s, 22 9.4s, and 44 9.2s. A 9.0 recently sold for $1,100. So that lineup, which is the first Guardians, is not the movie lineup as you suggested. Right. However, it is the first appearance of Martinex T'Naga. Yep. Also, Yondu, who's been in the films, but then some other characters, like you mentioned, Major Vance Astro, Udanta, Charlie 27 as well. Yeah. Arnold Drake Story, Gene Colan, and Mike Esposito cover it in art. So you're going to see if the Rosenbaum character it blows up, you're going to see this book rise because most people wanted the current iteration of characters on the first appearance. They weren't necessarily looking for this iteration.
Yeah, this was a book that when the movie came out, it did jump. It did jump in price. The 100%. The name of Guardians of the Galaxy, the first appearance of Jump Charge, but never anything crazy. Like I said, a 9.0 for $1,100 for a major movie franchise first appearance, not that high. Like that's a decent price. I would pick those up. They're square bound books. They're hard, they're hard to get in high grades. But yeah, if we start seeing more of the original cast in the movies, and maybe it's like the phase 7 is the original Guardians of the Galaxy members as the new Guardians of the Galaxy, this book could also take off again.
Right. All right. So now we're going to go into spoilers, but I don't think it matters because I think we're way past that deadline already.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What do we got next, Alex?
Anatoli Petrov.
Yeah. So this character first appeared in Timeless number 1 from just last year. Yeah. Talk a little bit about this character because these books are starting to shoot up.
Yeah. This is a character that, it's a very weird story because he was a writer who was writing about Doctor Doom being like the worst villain of all time, and Kang was like, I'm the worst villain of all time, and then steals him and does Kang stuff with him, kind of almost like the Kingdom Come character that was kind of like the normal person in this big world of like superheroes and stuff, but like you said, brand new character, so very interesting that these are now being in pop culture and like moving fast.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different versions. I think we're going to stick to the ones that focus on Kang covers, but we'll go through them pretty quickly. Timeless #1, Kyle Ingu cover. We love him. February of 22. There are 64 9.8s. It's about an $80+ book today. Jed McKay story, Kyle Ingu cover, Kev Walker, Glenn Land, Jay Lyston, Mark Bagley, and Andrew Hennessy artwork. I'm going to go very quickly through the non-Kang covers. There's a Natasha Bustos She-Hulk cover. There's a Juan Cabal Submariner cover. This one people want, the Carmen Carnero variant cover, which has Kang on the cover.
Yeah.
There are 4 9.8s. That's about an $8 to $10 raw book. Then there's the Joshua Cassara Thor cover, the Aban Coelho Hulk cover, the Patrick Gleason Spider-Man 2099 cover, the best cover, the Don Heck 1 in 50 Kang variant cover. There are 43 9.8s. That's about a $200 book. There's the Peach Momoko Scarlet Witch cover. Wow, the next one is very, very popular because it's Miss Minutes, obviously from the Loki series. The Humberto Ramos Miss Minutes cover is fantastic. It's a 1 in 50 varied cover. There are 523 9.8s.
That's a lot.
It's about a $275 book. Then there's the RB Silva Sam Wilson cover. There's the Jesus Saiz second print cover Punisher. The Bagley second print 1 in 25 Miracle Man cover. The next cover that's very, very big, is a second print Humberto Ramos sketch 1 in 50 variant Miss Minutes cover, 79 9.8s. That's about a $300 book. And then there's the Mark Buckingham third print cover, which is about $60 in 9.8. There are 61 9.8s. It's a partial Kang cover because it has Kang, Miracle Man, and Black Panther. It's a sort of they slice the cover into thirds for the third print cover. So everybody wants the Miss Minutes cover and the Kang covers. Those are the ones you got to look for on that one.
It's the big ones. It's the big ones. Yeah.
All right. Alex's pick of the week. Is it, let me guess, Emerald City related?
Oh, how did you guess? So Emerald City just happened, and I'm going to be talking about all of my Emerald City swag. No comics specifically at the store this year, but they did have some other merchandise that I think is worth mentioning. First and foremost is the Funko Pop, which
that's nice.
Which is, I think, one of the only Reed Pop show stores other than New York. C2 doesn't do it, that has a specific Funko Pop for the show. And this is a 1 of 3,000 black light, which is the new Funko Pop like thing, all the black lights. Crusaderella, which is, it's not a repaint of a superhero. It's not a new, it's not BB-8 with a top hat. It's its own specific pop. And unless you came to the show 3,000 pieces, that's not. I mean, you're talking about 75, 80,000 people through the door. So more than likely these sold out, and more than likely you're not going to be able to find them unless you find them online. So
let's see what they're selling for on eBay. Crusaderette?
Crusaderette, 2023 Emerald City.
Hold on, I think I spelled it wrong. Let me see the spelling of that. Crusader. Oh, Crusader, E-T-T-E. Oh, I had an extra R in there. Okay, Crusaderette. Here we go. Oh, okay. I got to type it Funko. Let's see, Alex. Let's see what you made. Let's see.
$55,
$50 to $55.
Yeah.
What they cost at the show?
I think they were about like $15.
Oh, so, okay. Pretty good.
Good. And that's now. Now they're available. Once collectors start.
Right. Once they dry up a little bit.
Yep. Next year's, Crusaderette with top hat. People are going to want the set, and it's going to be hard to find. So, I think now's the time to, if you're not Emerald City, if you're a Funko person, now's the time to snag one of those, because show exclusives like this don't happen a lot. We don't see a lot of these.
Gotcha.
In the early Funko years, you did a lot of shows had Funkos, a lot of stores had Funkos, but they've dried that stuff up by making the order all as like 100,000 and stuff like that. So
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Funkos.
All right, great. What do we got next, Alex?
We're gonna talk about our Kangs. We got a lot of Kangs coming out of the Ant-Man Quantumania. So we're going to start with the Council of Kangs.
Yeah, that was a big after scenes credit as well.
Yep.
They showed all the different Kangs. It was pretty cool scene.
So many Kangs.
Yeah. So talk about the Council of Kangs, Alex.
Yeah. So a Council of Kangs is Kangs from a bunch of different multiverses that the Prime Kang got together to help him kind of, destroy and kill everybody else and kind of make sure that Prime Kang got what he wanted. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, you have a room full of Kangs, and they're all like fighting for the same thing, which is to own time. So it's funny to see, when we saw Kang in Loki, everybody's like, oh, but what about Immortus? What about the Centurion? What about this? And it's like, okay, well, here they all are in the end credit scene. Like, there you go, you got everybody. It's done.
Yeah. What's funny to me is that the book, the first appearance, Avengers 267 from May of 1986. It's probably like a $2 book, like 5 minutes
Not
ago.
even, yeah. $10 near mint.
I know. Yeah. So 131 9.8. It's probably just Avengers Run collectors.
Yeah.
A 9.4 recently sold at 150. People stopped selling them because they announced it. $20 to $30 raw. My bet is going to be several $100. 9.8. Roger Stern story, John Buscema and Tom Palmer cover and art, Kang appearance. There's also a very, very rare Canadian version. You should be able to find copies of Avengers 267. They printed plenty of copies of that book.
Yeah.
It's not rare, but it's just funny to me. Like, those books were definitely not very good. Yeah. All right. What are we closing out with today, Alex?
Immortus, another Kang.
So what's this Kang?
So it's Kang. Immortus is he's a Nathaniel Richards, right? That's all the Kangs are, Nathaniel Richards. We don't know if they're going to use that in the MCU to bring the Fantastic Four at some point. But he is a descendant of the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom. There's some everything kind of left in there. But Immortus is one of the ones that was trapped and kind of set himself up as like somebody that was the number one Kang. Like, it's a little confusing because it's all time, it's all different Kangs. But he was the number one Kang. He's the one that was like, I'm the top Kang in the Kang verse.
Got it. Okay. So Immortus, Avengers number 10, November of 64, 4 9.8s, 11 9.6s, 32 9.4s, and 37 9.2. So very, very low pop. A 5.0 recently sold at 250. They're very, very hard to find, these books. This is a very, very early Avengers books.
Yeah.
People who do Avengers runs have these books, and they don't let go of them until they break up their runs. You know that. It's people have the FF runs, they have the Spider-Man runs, these are runs that 10 or 15 years ago you could have put together in high grade. And those people just don't sell their books until they pass away, or they give them, right. You know how it works.
And you're not submitting more 9.8s.
When you're talking about 4 9.8s and 11 9.6s, 32 9.4s, you're talking about run collectors at this point. Okay. First appearance of Immortus, Baron Zemo, Enchantress, and Executioner appearances, Captain America pinup, Stan Lee story, Don Heck and Dick Ayers art, Jack Kirby and Chick Stone cover. There's also a rare UK version as well of this book. So that's it. Thank you for joining us this week. We appreciate your time. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the field below. Otherwise, we will see you all next week. Same bad time.
Same bad channel. Bye, guys.